It's a simple but somewhat uncomfortable truth that if we want things to change in our lives, we're going to have to change. We've got to change our mind about certain things, and there's a part of us that fights that really wants to maintain the status quo, even if our lives aren't exactly how we want them. So let's do some tapping to find some more willingness to change. So maybe thinking about a particular change you'd like to make, or some circumstance in your life that you'd like to be different, but some part of you is resisting making the changes that would create that change. And please take full responsibility for your own well-being. Even though part of me is resisting change, I choose to love and accept myself. I choose to allow myself to change. And I choose to love and honor myself. I choose to be willing to change. And I know that some parts of me get really uncomfortable about that idea. But not everything in my life is as ideal as I'd like. And if I want things to be different, I'm going to have to make some changes. And I choose to allow myself to change. And I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved in this. I'm allowing myself to change. I'm allowing myself to be willing to change. So I'm clearing the fear of change. It may not feel like panic. It may not feel like terror. It's often much more subtle than that. But part of me is afraid of change. I like knowing how things are. I like things to be familiar, including myself. I don't want to see a stranger in the mirror. So I resist making changes. And I convince myself that things are fine just the way they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I choose to be open to the possibility that there's some wiggle room. I could be more willing to change. I could allow some upgrades. I can make changes to my identity. And I'm clearing all the stress and fear about that. Part of me is saying, I have worked so long to create this identity. Sure, it doesn't always work perfectly for me, but it's gotten me this far. It hasn't killed me yet. So that's good enough, right? I choose to upgrade my system. Changing to me 2.0. Or maybe 3.0. Or whatever upgraded version I choose to be. And part of me might say, there are parts of my identity that could probably use some changes, and at the same time, I've felt that they've been crucial to me. I can make these changes while still honoring my past identity. I have absolute compassion for myself, for the things that I did in the past, and for who I chose to be in the past, believing that that was necessary. I can absolutely honor my past identities while also allowing myself to make upgrades. It might be a slight tweak, but I'm also willing to make massive changes where that would really benefit me and others. I could make massive changes in how I take care of myself. I could make massive changes in my beliefs about money. I'm allowing myself to think about those changes that would work really well for me. I'm clearing the stress, clearing the fear, clearing any uncomfortable feeling that stands in the way of me making positive changes. I'm open to the possibility that I could let go of certain things I've said about myself. All those I am statements that I've made that are not declaring something positive. I can change those. I can be really careful about how I use I am. I can change how I use I am. I'm allowing myself to make these positive changes because I deserve that. So I'm setting myself free to do so in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And just notice what thoughts, beliefs, memories, and feelings might have come up during that. And those places where you might have felt some blocks or stuff like that. And check out my other videos, because I might have something on exactly that subject, because I'm here for you. Thanks.